How goes the family? How goes it? It's been a minute since I've done a rant on Instagram, so why not get the day started right? Do the great 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to talk about your silent haters that are in your so-called circle. Everybody has a quote-unquote circle of friends, people they grew up with, people they hang out with at work, your work friends, your church friends, fraternity friends, sorority friends, your military friends, whatever, whatever the spectrum of this world you're on. You have your, neighborhood, your neighbors, things of that nature. But the beautiful thing about today's online world is so many people have passions that they chase outside of their job. Especially during the lockdown, we had a beautiful opportunity to see what life is like when you can think outside. You have more time yourself, when you're not just beholden to going into to work. When you can't go on vacation, when you can't go out for fun. The world was shut down for at least 6 months to a year. So people, a lot of time, more and more of us are spending more and more time online. And a lot of people got to, find goals and new passions outside of that, whether they were selling products, doing poetry, making content, making funny videos, whatever have you. A lot of people had successes, a lot of people didn't, but a lot of people just, when you do something for fun, the most part of the success is not the money, it's just their reaction to other people, it's like you get likes in a comment, and you get subscribers, people engage with you, people come on your feed, want to engage with you, and even, they want to go live with you, and they want to actually have a conversation with you online. So sometimes it's just the joy of that. Or, when people put out new music, they get paid for it. They get the Cash Apps and PayPals and Venmos are going off. So people, like, oh man, it's like you get some sort of reaction, the reaction of, like, same thing is like someone who's acting in a television show or movie, and they go to a premiere in a disguise, and they see the reaction from the crowd. It's the most wonderful feeling on the planet. So anyways, long story short, the silent haters in your circle, it's basically what I call them, is the people that are your friends, your family. They'll hang out with you, they'll engage with you online, but they will see that you are trying hard at something, and they won't engage. It's like, one, they won't purchase from you, okay? Or two, it doesn't have to be about money. They won't share your business information. They won't recommend you for your services that you have, or the products that you provide. They won't subscribe to any content you may have on all the social media platforms, specifically YouTube. They're supposed to be in your corner, but their actions, actions speak always, regardless of the situation. They speak louder than words. But when they need you, you're there in a minute. And when you ask them to do something simple like that not even spending money, but just react to, because the algorithm requires people to watch your content, like your content, comment on your content, in order for you to get more reaction, and for your content to get pushed to other hemispheres, to other people and whatnot. But you put something funny out on social media, and I swear that has nothing to do with your business, and reactions all over the place. You put a real statement out that has nothing to do with your business, reactions all over the place. Okay, you put something bad that happened in your life, reactions all over the place. But you put out your business, services and products and content, barely any reactions or no reactions at all. And I call those people your silent haters. I got them, and everybody else who has a business has them or will have them in the future. That's what it is. All right, so now I'm reading this book called The 10 Black Commandments by Dr. Boyce Watkins. And this book actually made me say, I got to make a rant about this specific subject matter, because he's talking about commandment number 4, create fertile economic soil for your family. All right. And he goes into the fact that according to CNBC, 80% of all black businesses fail within the first 18 months. 80%. And one of the biggest reasons, to my personal opinion, and because of what he said, and you just do from what my experience and what I've seen the experience of others, people just won't support you. Not even just from they won't support you from a business standpoint. They won't support you from just a liking, sharing, and commenting on your content, recommending you standpoint. Like, great example, in the other video I just made my word of the day while I was talking about, yeah, I needed services, and I needed to be able to get some certain products removed from my house. And there was a gentleman who I believe he owns a cleaning business. He recommended his friend who owns a junk removal business. I said, okay, great. I called him and he showed up at my house less than 20 minutes. He beat me to my house because I was just leaving the landfill. So it was a beautiful thing. I was able to help a black business, and it was a smooth transaction. He took the products, I cashed after him, done deal. And I recommend him for future. I don't even know this guy, but I would recommend his business for future use in the future. You know, because if anybody else needs junk removal services, I would recommend him immediately. And I don't even know him. And if I did know him, I would have been sharing his content. If I'm on social media and I see people have a business or a goal, an aspiration or a dream, I will share, at least do that. If I see they got a YouTube page, I will subscribe. Those 3 simple things. And if I need the services or products, I will buy. Crazy concept, I know. But he called, because at the end of the day, the failure of black businesses is because of this, according to Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I think this is according to most economists. He says, why is there such disparity exists within the black business community? Well, it can be attributed to a number of factors, such as lack of access to financing, lack of knowledge, lack of economics, etc. But there's another factor that is rarely mentioned in these studies: bad economic soil. Bad economic soil. And this is what, as soon as that hit me, I read that it's like it was a smack in the face, because it's the God's honest truth. The God's honest truth. So he says, think of economic soil the same way you think about soil and garden, where there is plenty of water and sunlight. If the soil is rich in nutrients, you can grow lots of healthy food. Everything survives and prospers in healthy soil. Now compare this to unhealthy and toxic soil. The soil isn't full of nutrients, and there is water or sunlight. There is water or sunlight. Imagine that it's dry, dark, and filled with toxins, or perhaps like a desert. Nothing grows in this soil, and everything dies. This is the image that comes to mind when I think, this is Dr. Boyce Watkins talking about, when I think about the experience of black business owners trying to start a business in a family full of people who only been trained to be good employees. People who have only been trained to be good employees. Now, I'm an employee. I'm not knocking anybody who's an employee, but unfortunately, the employee mindset makes you think, has a limited view of the world a lot of times. Not all the times, but a lot of times it does. With most working people, because your limited view of members in your family owning a business. This is what I respect about people in the immigrant community. They instantly, hey, if I know my sister, cousin, uncle, brother, mother, whatever owns a business, I'm going to refer their services to somebody else. They own a cleaning business, construction business, landscaping business, junk removal business, mechanics, whatever. I'm referring them before I refer anybody else. Now, if they aren't available or they can't do the job, then I refer somebody else. But I'm going to look out for my family on that aspect. Like I said, loving your family and taking care of your family, that's the most basic thing on the planet. You know why? Because it's been happening before there was running water, electricity, corporations, and federal governments, period. Before they were nations, people were doing that. So I'll leave it at that. But anyways, economic soil, everyone's, this person proudly announces that they are starting their new business and lets their family know on social media. In fertile economic soil, everyone would jump in to support the business and make sure it thrives the same way we would rush to protect a newborn baby. I agree. They would buy products, share the links on social media, provide words of encouragement, share meaningful contacts, and even lend human or financial capital to ensure that the business survives. So, they would buy products, share links on social media, provide words of encouragement, share meaningful contacts, and even lend human or financial capital to ensure that the business survives. Key word: family should equal teamwork, equals corporations. The families that are not operating like corporations in 2023 and beyond are financially, for the most part, screwed. And I'm talking about working people, not the families that already got that mindset. That's the mindset that every employee needs to have in today's world. I know society says you shouldn't, but you should. I know society looks down on people that have 2 or 3 families living in one house, but that family is operating like a corporation and people don't realize that. because somebody in that house knows how to fix something if something goes wrong in the house. Somebody in that house or multiple people in that house own a multitude of businesses. And then another thing, whether somebody's a cashier, janitor, landscaper, electrician, IT specialist, whatever have you, guess what? They are putting themselves in a position where they can save more money, get their credit right, open up a business, but get access to more capital by taking equity lines of credit on their home, purchase another business, purchase another home, purchasing homes and businesses of various different members of the family's name. Therefore, they're able to get access to more credit and capital, credit from the business, personal credit, and when it comes to equity lines of credit from their house, or get a line of business credit when they show a history of doing good business and having access to capital, and having collateral, more and more collateral. These are families that operate like corporations, and those are the ones that are going to win, regardless of who's sitting in the White House, the governor's house, the mayor's house, 2023 and beyond. It's all about what's happening in your house. All right, I digress. All right, but anyways, but the book says, but for some of us, this is not the reality we experience. Rather than receiving positive and uplifting words of power, we hear things like, why would you do that? You know that's risky, don't you? Or who does that Negro think he is with that little business? Rather than getting a share of our business or a post on social media, we have friends and relatives who won't even hit the like button. Man. We have friends and relatives who won't even hit the like button. And that's what I said. That's a free thing to do. You will like all this ratchet crap that's on social media all day, every day. You will like all these funny memes all day, every day. But your supposed blood family or friends to the end, you won't even like their video content. You won't like their sales pitch. You won't like, and for me personally, I'm going through this and I've gone through this. This has nothing to do with the people who have, because I have friends and family members who have given me a good review online, who have liked and subscribed to my content, who have commented on my content, who's even been on my channel. So those who bought products from me. So those who have done that, I'm not talking about you, and they know that. So, but those who haven't, I'm going to say shame on you. Not even buying my products, but just liking my content, subscribing to my content. Those two things, like I said, you could just subscribe to my content and never see my videos ever again, but at least your number will be there. Check on the page every now and then, because I know everybody's busy and has their own lives and whatnot. But the fact that they say you can't even hit the like button says a lot about who you are as a friend. Because, like I said, it's the people that are in your circle are your biggest haters. Because if you're not supporting your friends on any level, then they're not your friends. That's just what it is. If you're not supporting your friends on any level, then they're not your friends. And if your supposed friend is always doing the majority of the support, and you're not doing anything, then you're not that person's friend. You're just a leech. And that's the one thing in 2023. I'm doing a great job of getting rid of the leeches. I don't have time for it anymore. I got goals and aspirations and things to get done. Okay, so the book says, instead of loved ones buying products from you, or jealous relatives go out of their way to buy from someone else. And I always say, who you spend your money with and who you bank with holds way more power than who you vote for. Let a person, especially the older generation. I'm sorry to call a lot of you guys out, but too much of you guys are into politics and watching the news too much to where it's laughable at this point. And the fact that you will go out of your way, like if you have a son, daughter, cousin, niece, grandchild, whatever, you go out of your way to share political nonsense, share political news, share unfortunate incident that happened in the world, but won't share your younger generation's families' posts on Facebook or any other platform you're on in regards to what they're doing, their goals and aspirations, outside of maybe they graduated high school or they had a kid. But if you see that they got a business and they're trying to get it going and you won't even hit the like button or even subscribe to their channel or purchase a product from them, then I got nothing to say to you. That's why a lot of members, my elders, to me, I don't got much to say to them, because you show them the respect and then you get absolutely nothing in return except a bunch of freaking stories that have nothing to do with the prosperity of your family. Yeah, I'm calling out names. I'm going in. So it is what it is. I'm not calling out names, but I'm going in on these kind of relatives, because at this point, if family members are not willing to support your goals and aspiration, then why are you even dealing with them? So I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyways, The book says all this negativity can be compared to a baby coming into the world while being surrounded by hateful, unhealthy energy. Imagine if that baby is born inside a crack house and is being fed unhealthy food every day. Rather than receiving uplifting and protective words, a child is being fed destructive and hateful energy on a regular basis. This is not going to be a healthy child, and a newborn baby likely won't survive. To increase the likelihood that the businesses in your family survive, you must consciously and intentionally create an environment that contains fertile economic soil. This will increase your family's wealth and breed success rather than failure for the businesses you and your loved ones create. All right. So that's, I could go in because he made 7 points about, what one could do. But I'm not going to read all that. I just wanted to I just wanted to really hit the notes, that people just don't support their family members unless they get married, have kids, graduate from school, get a new job. Nothing wrong with supporting. That's, like I said, should be normal stuff. But if you have a business, if you're chasing a dream, a lot of times they won't support that, And like I always, in a sense, like Taraji P. Henson, she's from the DMV area, Washington, D.C., Washingtonian. She went to California. I think she was in her mid-20s. She had a 5 or 7-year-old son, I believe. I know she had a son. And they told her that you're not going to make it because of your age, because you had a child. They gave her so many reasons why she wasn't going to make it and why she should just stay in Washington, D.C. and be a basic person and probably just get a regular government job or a corporate job. But don't go after your goals and aspirations. And she's one of the biggest paid actresses in Hollywood right now. So that's why I love to tell that story, because don't ever listen to the haters. If people are not willing, like, it's one thing to give constructive criticism to say, okay, if you're going to do this, do X, Y, Z. Are you willing to do X, Y, Z? Instead of just saying, you're terrible, you're weak, you're not going to make it, you got nothing good going on, and you're just a basic person. Or, why would you want to start a business? Why would you want to be an actor or an actress? Why would you want to do X, Y, Z? You got to get rid of the naysayers in your life, even if they're your parents. I'm not even going to apologize for that, because, like me, I've listened to my elders when it comes to a lot of things, but I never would have went to the West Coast by myself, because it's a place I always wanted to go to if I would have waited on families and friends. I'm planning on trying to go finally leave the U.S. this year. Just go to Canada this year. And I most likely will go by myself. I don't mind doing that, because when I waited on people, the one thing I've learned in life is when I waited on people, it never worked out. When I want to do something, I want to do it. I don't have the patience for people. I want to do it. I want to get it done. And if you're not with that program, then you got to go. G-O, you got to go. Okay? Ain't it right, Max? My dog's looking at me like, yo, man, you're making too much noise. But that's what it is. Don't wait on people, because you'll wait till the day you die. Even when you try to put, like, I've learned the lesson the hard way, trying to get encourage people to do great things in their life. And a lot of times, some people are just happy being basic. And when they see that you're not happy being basic, they want to pull you down. It's kind of like a dope fiend trying to, or a drug addict, to be more PC about it, saying that you're not doing drugs, or that if you're a person who used to, unfortunately, take illegal substances, you don't want to do it anymore. They want to suck you in and keep you down. It's like when Samuel Jackson, he used to be a crackhead, addicted to crack. And, when he knew he was done, he was done. He was in rehab. And when he did the movie Jungle Fever, playing a crackhead, he killed it because he knew what it was. He has been in that life for a very long time, number one. But two, he knew he needed to do that in order for him to fully commit to not going back to being a drug addict. And he did it. And the people at the rehab clinic were totally against it, but it worked out for him. So that's just what it is. He's one of the biggest, best paid actors. He's in the 70s now, still acting to this day, even though he looks like he's in his 50s. But that's what it is at the end of the day. It's just like you have to go after your goals and aspirations. And if your friends and family don't support your goals and aspirations, throw it in their face that they don't do it. Because like me, I can be petty that way. And then two, just stop dealing with them like that. Like if you gave them this much time, it's time to give them this much time, and then this much time, and then this much time. Where you been at? I've been busy working on my goals and aspirations. I've been busy doing me. What about you? Oh, I forgot you don't support what I do, but I've supported you when you went to college, or I supported you when you had a goal and aspirations and gave you words of encouragement, but you couldn't do the same for me. So and like I said, it's those little things, like in the social media world, it's the really simple thing. If they're not liking your stuff, if they're not subscribing to your stuff, if they're not sharing your stuff, these are free things that take 2 seconds to do. If your friends or family are not doing that, leave them alone. On some realness, leave them alone. They are damaged goods. And they don't even, sometimes they realize that, and sometimes they don't. But they are damaged goods. Anybody that's so-called my friends and family and who have never liked my content, subscribed to my content, commented on my content, shared my content, or those free things, not like I said, not even going to say bought products from me and whatnot, because more strangers and friends have bought products from my store. But if they haven't do those free things, when they see you grinding every single day, then you ain't no friend or family of mine. That's just what it is. Because I'll see you on social media all day posting some stupid ratchet crap or posting some other nonsense that's got nothing to do with improvement. So I'll leave it at that. So on that note, do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And as the shirt says, make money moves. On behind it, it says you're going to live broke like a fool. Take care.